30 Wise Words of Isaac Newton About Life, full of deep meaning. Gravity explains the motion of the planets but cannot explain who makes the planets move. Nature loves simplicity. It seems possible to me that God initially formed matter in solid, hard, impenetrable, and transferable particles. Wisdom is the art of stating a point without creating enemies. An object that is at rest will remain at rest. An object in motion will remain in motion unless it is affected by an external force. My strength is mediocre. Only the way of applying it brought success for me. Atheism is completely unreasonable. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the Sun to receive the right amount of heat and light. This didn't happen by chance. It is the weight that determines an experiment to be rewarded, not the number of experiments. The best and safest philosophical method seems to be to first ask diligently about the properties of matter, and build on those properties from experiment. Then proceed slowly to hypotheses and explanations of the matter. The Moon is moving towards the Earth, and by the force of gravity it continues to be pulled from a straight line and stays in its orbit. Live your life as an appeal and not an explanation. God created everything based on number, weight, and size. No great discovery is ever made without a bold guess. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. If I can make any valuable discoveries, it's because of patient attention, not because of any other talent. Truth is found in simplicity, not in the variety and confusion of things. It is the weight that determines an experiment to be rewarded, not the number of experiments. Mistakes are not in art but something that is deliberately made. Do not doubt the Creator because it is inconceivable that accidents alone can control the universe. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. A human being can imagine wrong things, but he can only understand right things, because if these things are wrong, then their understanding is not understanding. A passion for calculus can create a whole new world. The power inherent in matter is the power to resist, which everyone as far as possible stays in place, either resting or moving uniformly straight ahead. I am like a boy playing on the seashore, and distract myself now and then to find a finer pebble or a prettier shell than usual, while the great ocean of truth lies before me. In the absence of other evidence, the thumb alone would convince me of the existence of God. What we know is a drop of water. What we don't know is the ocean. For me, there has never been a higher source of worldly honor or distinction than that which relates to progress in science. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who truly thinks must believe in God. We build too many walls and not enough bridges. If I have seen further than others, it is because of standing on the shoulders of giants. The name Isaac Newton is certainly familiar in everyday life. This great scientist from England became one of the most influential figures in the world. Of course, his most famous discovery around the world is the law of gravity. The man who was born in Woolsthorpe, January 4, 1643, is known as a physicist and mathematician who developed the principles of modern physics. Thanks to his intelligence in the field of physics, Newton received the title as one of the great thinkers during the scientific revolution in the 17th century. Throughout his life, Newton succeeded in giving birth to various works that had a major influence on the development of science. One of his most famous books is Principia. The book states the three laws of motion that form the basis of classical mechanics: the law of universal gravitation and the derivation of Kepler's laws previously obtained empirically. Not only that, Isaac Newton was also known as a critical philosopher of his time. Not surprisingly, Newton's various discoveries are still a reference and continue to be developed by world scientists.